Today I'm going to talk you through 4 of my favourite ways to use up leftover turkey that isn't a turkey curry. Hi, I'm Nikki. Welcome back to our kitchen where we show you how to make delicious family-friendly recipes, and I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Now, I love turkey curry as much as the next person, but sometimes I want to do something a little bit different. So why not try this delicious turkey risotto? So let's get cooking. We're going to start by adding a tablespoon of unsalted butter to a large frying pan. We're also going to add in a tablespoon of olive oil and heat over a medium heat until the butter melts. Now add in 150 grams, which is about 2 cups of sliced chestnut mushrooms. We're going to cook those mushrooms for about 4 to 5 minutes, stirring often until they're nice and golden. Once the mushrooms are lovely and golden, then remove them from the pan and place on a plate for later. Now I'm going to fry up some cubes of pancetta. Now you can use bacon or you can use the thin strips of pancetta. I just know that I need to add in some form of bacon to make Chris eat a risotto with mushrooms in it. Isn't that right, Chris?
Everything tastes better with bacon.
There you go. So add the pancetta to the pan and fry, stirring a few times until it's nice and crisp. Once it's cooked, remove from the pan and place on the plate ready to add to the risotto later. And we're going to add a finely diced onion to the pan and cook it for 3 to 5 minutes until the onion starts to go soft and translucent. Next in goes 2 cloves of minced garlic. Stir it together and cook for a further minute. Now we're going to add in the rice. Now for risotto, it's really important to use risotto rice, which is also known as arborio rice. I've got 300 grams here, which is about 1 1/3 cups of arborio rice, and we're going to add that to the pan. So add that rice in and stir until the oil has coated the rice. Now we want to add in 150 ml, which is about half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of white wine. Stir it together and let the wine reduce slightly and begin to be absorbed by the rice. And now it's time to start adding in the stock. I've got 1.2 litres, which is about 5 cups of stock here. Now you can use some good quality chicken stock, or if you really want to use up those leftovers, then boil up the bones from the turkey carcass to make some homemade turkey stock. Add the stock a ladle at a time, stirring often to ensure each ladle of stock has almost fully absorbed before adding the next. It's a gradual process to make the perfect risotto, and it'll take about 15 to 17 minutes to incorporate all that stock. Once you've incorporated nearly all of the stock and you've only got about a ladle or 2 left, then we're going to add in the leftover turkey. I've got 250 grams here, which is about 2 cups, so add that into the pan. We're also going to add in 1/4 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Stir everything together, then add in the remaining stock. Stir again and cook for another 3 minutes to heat through the turkey and for the stock to be absorbed by the rice. Now add in that cooked mushroom and pancetta from earlier. We're also going to add in 50 grams, which is about half a cup of grated Parmesan and the juice of half a lemon. Stir everything together and heat through for another minute or two, and then you're ready to serve. Top with a little grated Parmesan, some black pepper and a few sprigs of thyme before serving. So that's my leftover turkey risotto. Let's give it a taste. Oh my gosh, it tastes so rich, creamy and comforting with all the flavours from that bacon, the mushrooms and that turkey coming through. That turkey risotto is rich, creamy and comforting. Now next up is this delicious, tangy, sweet and sour turkey. The kids absolutely love this one. Hi, I'm Nikki. Welcome back to our kitchen, where we show you how to make delicious, family-friendly recipes. I'm going to give that leftover turkey a light, crispy coating and toss it all together with a classic sweet and sour sauce with loads of crunchy peppers and onions. I've got about 400 grams of leftover turkey here, it's about 14 ounces, and I've cut it into chunks. And we're going to start by coating that turkey. Add 2 tablespoons of corn flour or cornstarch and half a teaspoon each of salt and pepper to the turkey and toss together to coat. Now heat 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil over a high heat in a wok or a large frying pan. Add the turkey and cook for 5 to 6 minutes, turning occasionally until that turkey is golden and crispy. Now remove the turkey from the wok using a slotted spoon and place in a bowl lined with kitchen paper to drain off any excess oil. Now it's time to make the sweet and sour sauce. You'll need about a tablespoon of vegetable oil in your pan. If you haven't got enough left over from frying the turkey, just top it up with a little bit more. Heat the oil up on a medium to high heat and add in 1 large onion that's been chopped into chunks. Cook the onion for about 2 to 3 minutes, stirring every now and then. Then add a roughly chopped red and green pepper to the pan and cook for a further minute. We only want to cook them for about a minute so they retain that lovely crunch. Add in 2 cloves of minced garlic and a teaspoon of minced ginger and cook for another minute. Now for the sauce ingredients. We're going to be using quite a lot of tomato ketchup, which sounds a little bit strange, but trust me, it really works. It's the perfect base for a tangy sweet and sour sauce. So add 150 ml, which is about 2/3 of a cup of tomato ketchup to the pan. Then add in 2 tablespoons of malt vinegar, 6 tablespoons of dark brown muscovado sugar, and the juice and fruit of a 435 gram, which is a little over 15 ounce tin of pineapple. Stir it all together and bring to the boil, and then turn the heat right down to a gentle bubble. You want to stir the sauce a few times until the sauce is slightly thickened, which should only take a few minutes. Add the crispy turkey back to the pan with the sauce and cook for a further 2 minutes, stirring a couple of times to coat the turkey in the sauce. Serve with boiled or fried rice and a sprinkling of sesame seeds. The next idea for using up leftover Christmas turkey is this simple turkey bolognese. So we're going to start by heating a tablespoon of olive oil in a large frying pan over a medium to high heat. Add a finely diced onion and cook for 5 minutes, stirring often until the onion softens. Once the onion has softened, then add in 2 cloves of minced garlic and cook for another minute, stirring often. Now add a carrot and a stick of celery that have been finely diced and 3 finely diced chestnut mushrooms and cook for a further 2 to 3 minutes. After those veggies have softened, we're going to add in the leftover turkey. I've got 300 grams of leftover turkey here. You can use the light meat or the dark meat, and you can use shreds or chunks of meat, whatever you prefer. We're going to add that to the pan and stir it all together. Now pour in 120ml or half a cup of red wine. Any wine will do. Bring to the boil and let that bubble together for 2 to 3 minutes. Once that has reduced down a little bit, we're going to add in the rest of the bolognese sauce ingredients, starting with 3 tablespoons of tomato puree. Now we'll add in a teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of dried thyme, a tablespoon of Worcester sauce, crumbled chicken stock cube, 2 400g or 14-ounce tins of finely chopped tomatoes, half a tablespoon of granulated or caster sugar, half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of black pepper. Stir it all together and bring to the boil. Once that comes to a gentle boil, you want to turn down the heat and simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. Now is a good time to put your pasta on. Spoon the bolognese on top of the spaghetti. Then sprinkle on a few chopped spring onions and parmesan before serving. Now if you've cooked a Christmas ham, then you'll likely have some ham left over, and mixed together with that leftover turkey, this Christmas pasta bake totally fits the bill. I've got the oven preheating to 190C or 375F and a large pan of water that's close to boiling. And now we're going to add the pasta. I've got 400 grams or 4.5 cups of rigatoni. If you haven't got any rigatoni in your store cupboard, then any other dry pasta will do. We want to cook the pasta for a minute less than the recommendation on the pack at this stage. While the pasta's cooking, we're going to heat a tablespoon of vegetable oil in a large pan over a medium to high heat. Then add a diced onion to the pan and cook for about 3 to 4 minutes until softened. Now we're going to chop a red and yellow pepper and add them to the pan. Next in goes 2 minced cloves of garlic and 1/4 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Now we'll add in the leftover cooked ham and turkey. I've got 250 grams or 2 cups of shredded turkey and 200 grams or 1 1/4 cups of shredded ham. Now we add a tablespoon of tomato puree, a tablespoon of chopped fresh thyme and a crumbled chicken stock cube. Stir and cook for 2 to 3 minutes. Next, stir in 3 400g or 14-ounce tins of chopped tomatoes and a teaspoon of sugar. Bring to a gentle bubble. Then add in the cooked pasta from earlier. Add in 100 grams or 3 cups of baby spinach and stir everything together. At this point you can transfer everything to a large baking dish, or if your pan's oven-proof then just leave it all in the pan. And finally we're going to top with cheese from our Christmas cheese board. I've got 250 grams or 2.5 pack cups of mixed brie, cheddar, mozzarella and red Leicester that I've grated or chopped finely. Sprinkle it over the pasta. Place in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes until the cheese is melted and golden. Remove from the oven and serve topped with fresh herbs and black pepper. What's your favourite way to use up leftover Christmas turkey? I'd love to know. And if you do still want a recipe for turkey curry, don't worry, I've got a delicious turkey tikka masala on my website. See you next time.